Okay, now this part had me screaming into the void because be so serious. Stephanie claims she pays $700 a week for the motel room. 700 a week.
Her saying that they're paying $700 a week for a hotel room is, first of all, it's crazy. Second of all, it's probably a lie. And I think that's because she can say that it's going towards that and it's not going towards the rugs that she may be doing. The hotel they're staying in is not worth $700 a week. Plus, I've heard from multiple people that it's actually a shelter. It's not a motel. They don't pay for it. I don't live there. I don't know. I haven't called and confirmed that. But I'm pretty sure that she said this in order to cover up where the money's going. I mean, I guess it was a good idea on her part, but, you know, us internet people.
Besties, that is $2,800 a month for a glorified shoebox with bad lighting and no walls. 4 kids in one room. Girl, that is not resilience. That is group suffering. That is literally apartment money. Actually, that is small house money. You could have a backyard, a mailbox, and a dishwasher at that rate. And she knows it too. But instead of fixing it, she looks dead into the camera and blames her credit score. Ma'am, your credit score did not tell you to move your entire family into chaos. That was a personal choice. And the internet was like, okay, babe, then just get an Airbnb. Same price, more rooms, a kitchen, maybe a sprinkle of dignity. But because Stephanie can't ever just say, you're right, she clapped back with a video like she was doing a PowerPoint presentation for stubbornness. She goes, since this keeps being brought up, I know how to search too. Okay, Dora the Explorer, but make it defensive. She pulls up Airbnb, filters by price, and boom, a perfect 3-bedroom ranch-style home with a pool going for $2,865. Same price she's already paying for the motel. Literally perfect. And what does she do? Rejects it because apparently I'm not the type to put all my pennies in one stock.
Okay, since y'all really seem to think that we haven't considered this option ourselves, I'm just going to go ahead and screen record my process that I've already gone through multiple times and show you guys what's what. Anyways. So I put in the adults, the children, yada, yada, yada. Put in what we're willing to spend because we're really not trying to spend more than we're already spending for this freaking motel. And we would obviously want to stay in our area because the kids are already established at their school. We wouldn't want to be any further from the school than we already are. All right, with that being said, I went ahead and set that budget and then did the search. And yeah, I wasn't surprised by what came up. There's not that many options within that price range. And mind you, we're not trying to share rooms with somebody else. We don't want to be in a house that already has people in it. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to live with strangers. I don't know why I would even need to explain that. And then the other options are going to be campsites. We're not trying to camp. We're not trying to stay in a camper where we would need to dispose of waste that kind of waste. I'm not trying to do that. I love this first option. I mean, it's even got an in-ground pool. I love this one, but one option, what are the odds we're actually going to be? I'm just never the type of person that wants to put all of my pennies in one stock or however you word that crap. One option available doesn't make sense to go after that. One option. All right, and here you see there's literally, like I said, campsites and then other motels. See, that makes sense to change it up? No, that doesn't make sense. There's this 1 bedroom that would be more space. And what I do like about this one is that it would be like a personal washer and dryer.
Oh, and not I forget a whole kitchen.
I would live the frick out of that because I could do it on my own time and literally never get behind on that. Like I said, RVs, campsites. This is a nice RV. It's not bad, but I'm not trying to dispose of our freaking poo. And I love me some camping, but into the winter months, not a good idea. I love how it seems like y'all literally have so much time on your hands that you can make up fake postings on these sites and then be like, I showed this to them and they didn't want to do it. It was the better option for their children. We're not just as capable of looking up these sites and looking up these supposed posts on these sites. that don't friggin' exist. And yes, I'm well aware that there's options up in Vancouver, but why would we try to go further away from the school, further away from where Drew works? I'd love it if just for one minute y'all could assume we maybe know what's best for our family. And yes, I took the time to zoom the map into the area that, like I said, we were focusing on, but do you not realize all of these come fully furnished? They come with all this stuff in here that my children would easily frickin' burn. And I love it for you that you don't have children that do that sort of stuff, and my kids they'll terrorize everything. They just do. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.
Girl, this isn't Wall Street, it is housing. We're not diversifying a portfolio. We are trying to give your kids a door, and she said it with such confidence like she just dropped a business tip. The only stock she's investing in is bad decisions. And of course, she doesn't stop there. She scrolls through more options, RVs, cabins, campsites, and rejects every single one with the pettiest excuse ever. Waste disposal is hard. Winter may be cold, bestie. You are literally paying $700 a week to live in a motel. You're not allergic to inconvenience, you are inconvenience. Meanwhile, those kids are stacked up in one room like bunk bed Tetris, eating cereal next to a sink while mom's out here making excuses on camera like it's her job. Then she turns around and says people are making fake listings just to troll her. Ma'am, nobody's catfishing you with rental properties. Who's doing that? Zillow? Airbnb's ghostwriter? The delusion is premium quality at this point. Like it's a reality show renewal, and honestly, the acting's good, but the priorities are not.
Okay, so you know what's the crazy part about her showing Airbnbs? Not even her checking the pet box, okay? Not even that, because that was most likely rage bait. But I thought I would look up like on Zillow rentals to see like what's in the area and what is like needed. And I was pleasantly surprised because I'm a renter and I look at Zillow just to kind of see like rental prices and things like that. So I thought I would type in their area, and there is a lot of rentals that don't even check your credit in their area. I was pleasantly surprised. And did you know they can get a 4-bedroom for like $2,800? Yeah, she claims she can afford that much. Not only that is, why is she looking at Airbnbs? An Airbnb is a temporary solution. You're looking for a permanent solution. And the only reason you're in a motel is because you're not paying for it. And also I wanted to add as well is I noticed that they showed like a receipt for the motel. But what I want you guys to understand, because I actually confirmed this with the person that I talked to out there that works within the federal stuff funds going on out in Portland, Oregon. I'll just put it that way. And indeed, you don't get like a voucher, or they don't send the money to the hotel. They actually send the money through their either their like EBT card, or they send it to them directly via a debit card. And I looked up the debit card that was used in that transaction, and it is a prepaid debit card, so it most likely came from the state. So that's how they're able to lie and say that they pay these certain amounts of fees for the motel, because the state actually loads the debit card so they can pay for the motel directly. I don't know if people were like thinking like vouchers are just like a piece of paper, or the whole motel hotel Holiday Inn handles it, but that's not the case. So they're able to lie about this a little bit more because it's not their money they're spending. It's the state's money. But I wonder if Steph has really even looked into permanent housing, because even me just randomly just searching it, there's hundreds of options near her. And like I said, I pulled only a few up in like different areas, and a lot of them don't even check credit or don't care if you have a bad credit score. Now the evictions is a whole nother story. That's completely up to the landlord, but there's a lot of private renters out there, more than my area. The more you know.
And here's where the plot takes a wild left turn, besties, because Drew, yes, that Drew, the same man the internet once dragged like a fallen influencer, is suddenly getting support. I know. The comment sections have morphed into Team Drew clubs overnight. Like, are we living in a simulation? People are calling him honest, real, even relatable. And the reason, he cleans. That's it. He cleans. The bar is so low, it's underground. But okay, let's go with it.
Drew from the Resilient Jenkins has fans. Like, I am so shocked with what's going on at the moment. I've seen videos of women saying that they pretty much like Drew's content, that they prefer to see his content over Stephanie's content. He's more likable. Stephanie's content is usually pretty angry and she does blaming everybody for everything. But Drew, on the other hand, he does pretty much more chill content. They say that he's a likable guy. And I'm just in shock. And some people are starting to stand up for him. Like, they are blaming on the way that they live on Stephanie. That apparently before Stephanie moved in, Drew was like doing his own thing. His house was always clean. And I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, are we watching the same person? Do we not remember that he's a deadbeat dad? Like, remember when they first blew up, the mother of his first child came on to tell us that he hasn't paid child support, that he pretty much ignores his first son. He doesn't want to have a relationship with him. Do we ignore the fact that Drew told us from the very beginning that he did not want to get a full-time job? Like, women standing up for him is something that I never thought would happen because he's such a deadbeat dad and he's so lazy. Like, remember, the only reason he has a job is because he is having to pay for child support, which I think he's a little bit behind on it. Like, let me know if I'm wrong, but I think he's like a month behind or something.
So now Drew's out here posting cleaning videos, wiping counters like it's a redemption montage, and everyone's like, at least he keeps it tidy. The way this man turned a mop into a PR campaign, iconic. Meanwhile, Stephanie's on Facebook throwing the softest shade ever, but still sounding pressed, typing, he cleans because he doesn't have a kid in his hands. Girl, what? I'm begging you to touch some accountability, just a little. Then she doubles down with, he doesn't clean to pick up my slack. He does it to support me. Like, okay, motivational quote generator, relax. We get it. You're jealous. She's clearly doom scrolling his comments, seeing the praise rolling and combusting internally. Because let's be real, this is the same woman who films TikToks all day in a room that still looks like a hurricane's Airbnb, while Drew, the night shift warrior, is somehow the one making it spotless. The math still broken, the irony sparkling clean. And allegedly, when Drew goes live, you can literally feel the tension through the screen. She's pacing in the background, huffing, side-eyeing the camera every time someone comments, Drew's doing great. Meanwhile, Drew just ignores it, proudly whistling while he wipes a counter. The vibes, awkward sitcom. The jealousy, palpable. It's giving the supportive partner storyline she keeps trying to fake, but Drew accidentally stole the role.